I have literally cracked the code on photographing sunsets. Many elements have to come together to get those jaw-dropping photos. What are those elements? Let's take a look. Sunsets and sunrises are the ultimate test of a photographer's skills, from battling high dynamic range to fighting inclement weather. But no matter how much prep work we do, we have no idea if Mother Nature will produce the perfect conditions. Or do we? I've driven, flown, and hiked hundreds of miles in multiple countries in search of the perfect sunset. I'll pass on to you what I've learned along the way, and then I'll share with you what I consider to be the ultimate conditions to photograph a sunset. Photographing the sunset is part knowledge, part waiting, and part luck. Alright, so this sunset is not going to be a good sunset tonight. There's no clouds. My view from this vantage point isn't going to give me anything to work with for this sunset. Thanks to some earlier scouting of this location, I think I might have found a place that will work. The sun doesn't have to be the star of the show. Foreground elements can also be used to enhance your sunsets. Here are two examples. Zoomed in, I'm using the distant island to add interest to the sunset and to keep it from becoming just another sun hitting the horizon photo. In this photo, I'm using the rocks and vegetation as a natural frame to focus the viewer's attention on the distant setting sun. Clouds are extremely important to help capture the colors of a sunset. Let's take a look what happens when you're missing clouds. Special announcement. On July 12, 2025, I'm partnering with Alan Lacey, host of the YouTube channel Filming the Wild, to have our first fan meetup in the field. From 9 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, July 12th, we're going to be at the Mingus Mountain Vista. This high altitude location will keep us cool from the desert heat, where we'll be making some wilderness coffee, hanging out with some new friends, and giving all of you an insider's look into our upcoming projects. To RSVP, head over to explorewithjason.com. Click on the fan meetup link, and then click on the Mingus Mountain Meetup. If enough of you click the yes, put on a workshop option, we'll also be doing a mini workshop at 10 a.m. Mingus Mountain is paved all the way so any vehicle can safely make it to the vista. Make sure you RSVP early. We're looking forward to meeting all of you at this breathtaking location. I'm enjoying a little time along the coast of Spain. After enjoying a beer at the local beach bar, it's time to go to work. There are some clouds low on the horizon. The drama they're going to create is in dimming the light before it hits the water. So I'm using this, lifeguard tower is kind of my foreground element here. Otherwise, it's just pretty much flat beach out to the ocean. So I've got a subject, something interesting in the foreground for the viewer to enjoy. But I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying this first Spanish sunset I've got. By combining a foreground element with a zoom lens, you can create magic. The thin layer of clouds on the horizon amplifies the warm colors of the setting sun. Without a zoom lens, the vibrant colors are hardly noticeable. With a zoom lens, more of the frame is filled with a thin line of vivid color in the sky. Just know that in these conditions, the sun will disappear before it hits the horizon. Now let's look at what happens when you do have clouds. Big, puffy clouds are a key element in capturing the color in the sky. These big clouds reflect the colorful rainbow of refracted light from the sun through the atmosphere. They change a dull blue sky into a vibrant spectrum of color. But for this to work, there is another element that is needed: a cloudless horizon. It's a cloudy day here in the Sonoran Desert. Right now, my hopes aren't running high for sunset photos, but then it happens. The clouds on the western horizon break. Okay, so the color is starting to happen, and I'm hoping through that opening in the clouds is where we're going to get some dramatic lighting. Light begins to flow through and strikes the undersides of the clouds. And then this. For a brief moment, vibrant color fills the sky. I quickly take as many panoramas as I can. Single shot photos will just not do this scene justice. This color appeared close to the horizon, so I needed to use my zoom lens to fill the frame with the small, distant area of color. But there are other ways that the sun's color can be amplified. Weather. It's monsoon season here in Arizona. In the afternoon, small, powerful storm cells form. And if we're lucky, the clouds on the horizon will clear just in time for sunset. But what about when it's dry? Here in the desert, we rely on dust to give us haze. The dust in the air captures the light similar to how a light fog would. I'm hoping to photograph a beautiful desert sunset. But notice my problem. No clouds in the direction of the sun. Focus on using the haze in the air to create a layered effect on the distant mountains. Speaking of fog, this is one of only 2 mornings I've ever seen fog in the Sonoran Desert. It's winter. Believe it or not, the weatherman was actually right in his forecast of fog. I got up really early in the morning to be able to take advantage of this rare weather event. As you can see, I wasn't able to get close to the bank of fog at the base of the distant mountains, but my zoom lens took care of bringing the fog closer. Fog doesn't stay for long. Once the sunlight hits it, it's only a matter of minutes before it's gone. So, what is the ultimate setup to capture spectacular sunset photos? First, please take a moment to hit that share button and share this video out with your friends and family on your social media. Okay, now for that ultimate setup. Here we are in the Pacific Northwest, close to Everett, Washington. The sunset isn't really doing anything for me. I took this pano that has the Olympic Mountains covered in snow in the distance, 38 miles away. I was really disappointed, but I remembered my first rule of sunsets: never give up on a sunset. The forecast to our southwest calls for partly cloudy before sunset and clear skies after sunset. What you can't see is that beyond the horizon is clear sky. Even though the sun is already set where I'm at, the bottom of those clouds have line of sight over the horizon. They begin to reflect the rich red colors that you only get from highly refracted light through the atmosphere. The intensity of the colors continue to grow beyond my wildest dreams. I seriously just continuously shot panos, trying to capture every ounce of this ever-changing spectrum of colors. Of all the photos I took that evening, this is my favorite. So, there you have it, the magic formula. Clouds to reflect the sunlight and a clear patch of sky between you and the sun after it is already set. This is where you can find drama in the light and vibrant colors that will make your photos stand out as some of the best that your friends and family have ever seen. In the next episode on June 10th, I'm going to show you the fastest way to ruin a sunset photo.